Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are joining us for the first time, I want to wish you a very hearty welcome. Here we will try to analyze what exactly is going on with Digital World Acquisition Corporation with the ticker symbol DWAC, and the price movement and what exactly is going on with social media apps, Twitter and Truth Social. Last week closed with Digital World Acquisition Corporation trading at $46.25. Just as a heads up, President Donald Trump right now has 907,000 followers on the Truth Social app. Also, Eric Trump has 263,000 followers on the social media app. So why do I tell you those, give you those pieces of information? Well, Truth Social is a social media app in which the people can interact directly with people that they follow. So this is very important because communication has slowly migrated from the top-down kind of construct that existed before with traditional media, in which you might have like a newspaper, they put out a story and everybody just has to consume. Or you could have a radio show or TV program that forces programming upon its viewership. Right now, the model that the world has transitioned to or is slowly transitioning to is one of interactive media. So, for example, you have an idea you can convey on your platform, and then you get a real-time, immediate feedback from the people who are following you on that platform. This is very important because it cuts out the middleman. It takes away the filters that existed between industry captains, leaders, opinion leaders, politicians, artists, and their target audience. Even at certain times, people who might not agree with certain policies, with certain politicians, with certain opinions, they have a means to voice their own differing opinion on those platforms. But the problem arises when you have a middleman and then you have censorship that is put in place on those platforms. Then it becomes a one-way street, just like the media of old. As you guys will probably remember, President Trump was famously banned from Twitter and then later on removed from the platform. He had millions and millions of followers on there. So it deprived the former president of a very vital and critical tool which he needed to communicate with his audience and also to get real-time feedback from the people that his decisions and his ideas impacted. So, on the heels of that, President Trump decided that he will create his own social media platform. But lo and behold, what happened? Another billionaire, Elon Musk, front ran the president and jumped into Twitter, buying a 9.2% stake in Twitter. Also, that came with an additional perk, which is he got a seat on the board of Twitter. Now, I don't know about you guys, but for me, I would think that some kind of regulatory organ would lift an eye and try to look into what facets of life Elon Musk controls. As of right now, he is basically the main person who can launch Western astronauts to the International Space Station. He owns the, I would say, one of the world's largest and most valuable companies that produces electric vehicles. And also, he's building this huge satellite infrastructure, which is supposed to beam down, which is already beaming down internet connections to remote locations on the globe with a constellation of satellites. So it brings us to the question, how much power can one person wield? And that's where I'm surprised that no regulatory agency has questioned Elon Musk getting on the board of Twitter. To add to that, towards the end of the week and pretty much for most of yesterday, the blogosphere, YouTube, the internet has just been gone wild with this theory that Elon Musk is looking to bring back President Trump on Twitter. Now, I don't think that the president should get back on that platform. He has built his own platform from the ground up, which is called Truth Social. And Truth Social, as of right now, is available only on Android. And not everybody who opens an account or creates an account on Truth Social is let on the platform immediately. The techs are allowing a rolling enrollment of people so that the platform doesn't get overwhelmed. So with all those constraints, if the president already has 907,000 people following him on the platform, I think it just makes sense for him to continue building that platform. President Trump has a pulling power like I have never seen in a generation of Americans. So I think whatever he touches, he can build it from the ground up and make it a veritable open platform where you can have robust discussions about the issues that affect the lives of Americans, and not only Americans, the world. So I would say a big no to allowing President Trump back on Twitter. Even if he was handed the offer, he should resign that offer. So that's what I had to share with you concerning Digital World Acquisition Corporation. We have the midterms that are coming up. President Trump has been canvassing the country, endorsing candidates whom he sees fit for office. But there's a problem there. All the hard work that the president has done, you could almost find a blackout in the media. Not many people are talking about it. You almost specifically had to look for maybe right side broadcasting or other conservative media outlets to be able to listen to some of the speeches that he made up and down the country as he went about canvassing for candidates. So with this selective blackout, or I would call it the cancel culture, like they say, it's very difficult for certain people to get the word out there, to get the news, to communicate with their followers. So that's what happened, and I noticed that the President Trump, was up and down the country, but very little mention was made of it in the news. So the midterms will be very critical, and just imagine if President Trump had been truthing on the Truth Social platform. That would have been able to rally even more voters to go to the polls and vote in the midterms. However, I think Truth Social still has its best days ahead of it, irrespective of the little downturn we see. Bear in mind that Twitter has its board meeting less than 2 weeks from now. So we will be keeping close watch, and also be watching closely to see how soon the de-SPACing, that is the merger of the Trump Media and Technology Group and Digital World Acquisition Corporation, will take place. The departure of the two executives from Truth Social finally proved to be something minor. The platform is still up and running, and you have even more and more people subscribing on the platform. So that's what I had to share with you guys today as we look forward to the coming week. The week also closed with Twitter and Digital World Acquisition Corporation very close to each other, within $2 of each other on the stock market. So we will keep a close watch to see which of the two actually takes off. With Elon Musk joining Twitter, I think Twitter will start going up. And of course, Digital World Acquisition Corporation is a longer play. So you get in now when it's low, and then when President Trump starts truthing, then it will take off like a rocket. That's the way I look at it. Anyways, this is just me talking about this stock, the company, and what is happening with Twitter. If you want to invest in any of these companies, please do your due diligence. Be careful, you could lose money in the market. And before I go, I would like to ask you one little favor. Please hit the thumbs up button below, and I will be very appreciative if you would subscribe to the channel. That way you can keep up to date with what is happening with Digital World Acquisition Corporation, and the good news will be able to be spread to more people because the algorithm loves it when people subscribe. Thanks, and have a wonderful Sunday.